Hey everyone, welcome back to another makeup video. Today we are going to be doing Krampus. And for those of you who don't know who Krampus is, he's like an evil Santa. He is the opposite of Santa. He is like Santa's shadow. So Santa rewards good kids by giving them presents, and Krampus punishes the bad kids. And he's got all kinds of evil minions that help, and he's a nightmare. If you Google Krampus, you'll see all kinds of images from like the whole folklore of Krampus and his whole past. But the one I'm going to be doing today is from the movie that was in, I think, 2015. It's an awful movie. Don't go watch it. It was dumb. But I thought Krampus looked pretty cool in that one. So that's what we're going to do for this one. I've got my little boost of energy here. So 1 second. Let's get started, shall we? All right. First thing about Krampus is he has very large horns, so of course I had to make some horns, right? Now when I did the devil video, the horns came out of my forehead, but Krampus, his horns are on the top of his head, so these ones I could make and glue on a headband, and yeah, so it's a lot easier. They're not super huge. They look huge on camera, but yeah, so that's just gonna sit like that. Sorry, I can't see the whole thing, but yeah. So Krampus just has very long horns. And these horns I'd made similar to the other ones. I took some plastic shopping bags and I kind of twisted them up and I wrapped them with tinfoil to give them a little bit of shape. And then to make these ridges, I just took a hot glue gun and did hot glue around, and then I just painted them brown. So then after that, I just glued them onto a headband with some cardboard, and they're pretty light and they stay pretty well. So I'm happy with these. So the next thing that we need for Krampus is going to be a beard. I didn't buy one. I made one, like I make all my stuff. And I didn't vlog it. I should have. Same with the horns. I should have vlogged it. One of these times I'll remember to do that. But to make a beard, I just took some regular white yarn like this, and I measured them out about 10 pieces to a certain length. And then I just secured those pieces together with a little rubber band. And then in order to give them a little bit more of a hair texture, I just brushed them out. I used this brush, which is actually Sandy's hairbrush. Sandy's my dog. It's a dog brush. It's got kind of little pins like that. And I just, like this, fluff them out, make them look more hair-like. And then since Krampus, I don't want him to have a pure white fluffy beard. He's not Santa, right? So in order to make him a little bit dirtier, I took some black and white paint, mixed them in water to make gray water, and then I spritzed the gray water on him to give him a little bit more of a dingy, dirty effect. So I think the first thing we're going to start with is gluing the beard to my face. So for all the tutorials I've seen on how to apply a fake beard, people have been using spirit gum, which is strictly an adhesive and it's very strong. It comes with spirit gum remover. I mean, that's how strong it is. Since I'm going to be using this on such a large area of my face, I'm a little nervous to use spirit gum, so I don't think I'm going to. I would much rather use my old friend liquid latex. I'm just too nervous. You know, applying a prosthetic or, you know, something small is one thing for spirit gum, but I'm too nervous to do it all over my face. So we're gonna use good old liquid latex. So to start, I'm going to do a couple layers of latex on my face, and then I'm going to do a layer of tissue just to kind of give it a little bit more strength, and then one more layer of latex over that. And then I'm going to apply the hair. Alright, it's only been a couple minutes, but the latex is already dried, except for a little spot right there. It's still going, but that's fine, we'll go along. So now the second layer. Layer of tissue on my face, I'm going to cover my eyebrows so that has time to dry, because I'm going to have to glue hair on for the eyebrows as well, and I don't want to pull up my real hair can't shave them off, so I'm just going to take some glue stick and cover those and let those dry. Then I'm going to do the third layer of the beard with some latex and tissue. Alright, so this is 2 layers of latex and then a layer of tissue and latex, and it feels pretty good. And again, I've never done this before, but my thought process behind this is that it's thick enough that it'll be able to just come off in, 1 or 2 pieces at the end of the night. I won't have to like soak it and remove it as if I had used spirit gum right on my face. So we'll see. In theory, this should work. I also did 1 more layer of glue on my eyebrows, and they feel nice and smooth and protected. So now I'm going to use a layer of the spirit gum over this and then start applying the hair. Start with this half, let that get tacky. So I'm just going to take one of the bundles of hair at a time, and I'm going to cut off this top because I just don't need them to be so long, but I just want a flush, flat cut across. Okay. And I'm going to use the end of this comb here. I'm just going to tap the spirit gum so it gets tacky, because this is a tap adhesive. And then I'm just going to start pressing the hair onto my face. So I'm just going to finish this off camera and be right back. Alright, I got 2 layers of the beard, so I think the beard looks good. Now I just need to do is the mustache and then the eyebrows. If your fingers or your tools that you're using start to get sticky from the spirit gum, just dab them in a little bit of powder, and then that just takes the stickiness right away. Alright, I think that's about all I care to play around with this anymore, and just, this was a process, I'll tell you that. But everything's on secured. It doesn't need to look pretty, because again, this is not Santa with a pure white, perfect beard. This is Krampus. It can be dirty, it can be, cut jagged, it can be just not perfect, right? This honestly was the most time consuming part. Everything from here now is going to be downhill. What I should have done was made this beard in advance, so then during the video I could just glue it on to save some time, but you know, this is a teachable moment. I don't know how men can deal with facial hair in real life, because the constant feeling of hair in your mouth is just awful. It's too much. Alright, for the face paint, I'm going to take a mixture of black, white, and brown cream paints to make kind of like a pale gray color. Now I'm going to take some of this purple, I'm going to mix it with that. I'm just going to deepen in around the eyes and a little bit on the cheekbones. Do a little bit kind of on the brows to make them a little bit more furrowed. Okay, now I'm going to take some black eyeliner and just draw on some wrinkle lines. And now I'm just going to take an eyeshadow brush and go over the lines to try to soften them up a little bit so they're not so harsh and straight. Take some black and go over the eyes. Last thing I'm going to do is darken up my teeth a little bit with this black tooth paint, just to make them look a little bit more grimy and not so pearly white. He also has a black tongue, but I don't have the means to do a black tongue, so. Throw some horns and a hood on, and we're done. Okay, that's it. I think this came out pretty creepy looking. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. This will be the last makeup video for the year, but I am excited to get started in 2022. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Love you.